Hello, everybody. Welcome to Expression Pass here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host, and I take excited Eddie V. Joining me is the one, the only Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Hello, Edward. I'm cleaning my teeth from these cookies I was eating just now. After I just complained for like 10 minutes at the top of the power block of feeling like I ate too much today and feeling fat.
You went to go get another snack.
I did.
It's a snack, a little dessert.
It's fine.
Well, Corey, we're doing something a little different. Of course, sometimes we talk positivity about Nintendo. We have some debates, sometimes heated discussions, different opinions. Agree, sometimes we agree to disagree. But this episode, we are talking about some of Nintendo's worst games in various series. Some of our personal ones, some that has been kind of ranked in a sense. Do you actually have do you actually have one, Corey? Like Nintendo game. I'm just gonna say game, not series, but game that is just the worst to you.
Oh man. I don't know. It's been such a long time since I played quote unquote a bad video game because I'm very selective of what I want to play. I can tell you that the the Bluey game on Nintendo Switch is extremely broken. Man, I feel like there's something I actually did play recently that I just wanted to like, and it was extremely broken and not great. But I don't remember what it was because I've played so many games since then. I wonder if it's on my. I don't remember if I played on Switch or on Xbox, but I'm sure if I played it on Switch, it's in my library of my virtual game cards.
Yes.
So, does Animal Crossing count? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I mean, I can think that there are several games that I used to like that did not age well, right? I mean, I think we all kind of go through that at this point, but in terms of just quote unquote bad games, like I don't remember the last bad game that I played. I know there are games that I don't like that I wanted to like, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're bad games. But yeah, man, I don't really know off the top of my head. I'm going to be honest with you. I think when a game has a hint of this is bad, I'm going to avoid it. And again, even the games that are quote unquote considered bad, like I don't think they're not bad in terms of they don't function. Like we were just talking about Anthem, right?
Yeah.
On the main show. And I mean, again, that game is not very good in terms of like mission structure and the types of missions that you do, but the game's not bad. Like the flying feels good, the shooting mechanics are serviceable. There's story quests. I think the hub area, I don't remember what it's called right now, but like that was pretty, it was interesting and had a lot of things going on in it, right? Like it wasn't a bad game. It was just it was just a bad game. It wasn't a bad game, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I can't really think of any like just straight up bad games off the top of my head. There are definitely, games that I think could use a bit of a sprucing up, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I just feel like I really try hard to avoid bad games. Let's see. Okay, so there's a couple on my Switch list that I actually think are kind of bad when I played them. And one of them is one of those games where I think it was bad because it's not the type of game that I like, but the other one is just straight up bad. It was so broken when I played it, and it just straight up didn't work half the time. So Windbound was like, it was pitched as this Wind Waker-esque Zelda adventure. And when I turned it on,
Mhm.
it's a survival game. It's not a Zelda game. And that to me was like, you're pitching it as one thing. You clearly have never played Zelda or the Wind Waker before. Just because your main character sails on a boat to different islands doesn't mean it's a, it's a Wind Waker game style game. And then the other one on my Switch, at least, is a game called Xel, XEL, which
Yeah.
looks cool. Like, you watch the trailer and stuff, it looks like a top-down Zelda, like a isometric, maybe top-down Zelda game. And it looks cool. Like, it looks really cool, but it's extremely broken. It hard crashed on me 3 or 4 times when I tried to play it. It runs at like 12 frames a second. The combat isn't very
Ooh.
good. Like, it's just not a very good game, and it's not well optimized for the Switch on top of that. So, to me, that was kind of a bad game. There, I mean, but again, I really do try to avoid bad games in general. I don't even remember like what the last truly terrible game was that I was just like, I can't believe I bought this and played it.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah, I don't like that game. But again, it's not a bad game. It's just a less than mediocre beat 'em up standard.
Oh, you was you was trashing that game.
I think there are bad parts of that game. Yes, the motorcycle levels are bad, in my opinion. The auto running Zord levels are bad, in my opinion. Again, I'm playing this on Switch. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. I don't think so. But I think the side-scrolling beat 'em up parts have actually gotten, I don't want to say they're good, but they've gotten better because they've put some updates out. They actually added
Mhm.
the Ninja Turtle RPG elements into it, right? The light
Yeah.
RPG elements into it. So, uh, yeah, man, that's kind of what I got. I feel like the games that I play that aren't very good, you know what you're getting into when you go into them, right?
Yeah.
Like I bought Cruisin' Blast, right? The Not a great game by any stretch of the imagination, but we all played Cruisin' USA on N64, right?
Yeah.
We all
True.
played Cruisin' Exotica in the arcades. We know what we're getting into here. Uh,
Yeah.
so like again, not a great racing game, but a bit of nostalgia and a bit of arcadey racing. I think I paid like $8 for it. It felt really fun to play for a couple hours one night, and I only spent $8, so you know, it wasn't like I spent 80. Um, yeah, I can't really think of anything bad. What about you, Ed? Are there any bad games for you? What are
Star
the
Fox
worst?
Adventures.
That's not a bad game.
Star Fox Adventures.
That is a strong 7.
That is a terrible
It's better
game.
than 0.
No, Zero was kind of fun. I could do Zero. I can't do Star Fox Adventure. I rare just messed that game up. Like
It
some of
was
the
their final going away present for Nintendo.
exactly, and they just did not care.
Yeah.
Outside of Nintendo, like Strider for an NES by Capcom is a terrible game too. The wall jump does not work at all. And there's a place you had to get up some levels by wall jumping, and it just did not work. Um, so like those are some terrible games. But from Nintendo themselves, yeah, Star Fox Adventure just uh just cannot play that game. I was so disappointed in that game because it's just like another action adventure game from Nintendo and Rare. Yes, let's go. I'm ready to play it.
Hmm.
There.
Yeah. Yeah, man, Star Fox Adventures. I can't wait till that comes back. Can't wait till we get a
Oh,
remake of that.
yeah, and Double Dragon 3, even though that's an outside Nintendo thing, it's a terrible game also. That and Ninja Turtles 3, if I think about it.
Ninja Turtles 3, like the NES one.
Mm, yeah, the Mad Hatter Project, because
Yeah.
like both games contain the fact you only get that player as a life, and if you die, that's it.
Yeah, that's how it was in the first game, right? I think they were trying to make the third
Mhm.
game tie into. I'm nope. I'm not going to even try to defend it. Nope.
But man, you had hits like Turtles in Time, the arcade game, Hyperstone Heist. Like man, those were hits for the Turtles.
Yeah, man. What a. Yep.
Yes.
I gotta say,
All right.
I really liked the what do you call it? The that Turtles collection or that Turtles one just came out, Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah.
I really loved that, and I'm gonna go out here and say I really like Splintered Fate, the roguelike
Hmm.
one, because here's the thing: everybody knows how much I love roguelikes, right, Ed? Love them, love them, love them. Um, but I think the way that this one is built feels more like the arcade games than like a traditional roguelike. And
Yes.
so like it just feels like I'm playing the arcade games instead of a roguelike, which I
Hmm.
guess arcade games are the original video game versions of roguelikes. It's besides the point. But yeah, I really like that one too. And that Casey Jones DLC just came out. I haven't played it yet, but I hear it's pretty good. So yeah.
Nice. Nice. So we do have a list of some of Nintendo's worst games, and this comes from Game Rent. So this one is an old list from 2018, I should say. Um so I Corey, I kind of want to say, let's say agree or disagree
Hmm.
on these games. Does that work?
I don't know if I can do that, Ed.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let's
I'm
see.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay, so they have Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival with a Metacritic score of 46. We're not going to use the user score, but a Metacritic of 46. Do you agree or disagree?
I mean, I I I agree. It's Mario Party without the Mario Party, without the games, mini games in it, and you
You're
have
right.
to you have to use the amiibo as the characters. Which, like, to be fair, about 6 months after that game came out, you could buy every single one of those Animal Crossing ones for about $1.50.
Yes, definitely at Toys R Us because I'm just like at I can get the whole collection probably for under $5.
Yeah, so that was you know, I would agree. There's nothing there. I think they were just trying to fill time while they got this, games ready for Switch and stuff like that. In my opinion, um,
Yeah, I agree.
so
Um, so Pokemon Revolution. This had a Metacritic score of 53.
what was it? What was the first part of that?
Pokemon Battle Revolution.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Pokemon Battle Revolution was the first online game for the Wii console. It featured the ability to battle with other players from all over the world. Reviews were very mixed for the title, with the vast majority of critic reviews placed very firmly on the fence. The main points of contention seems to be the feature which links the game to the Diamond and Pearl edition of the DS. This was deemed a nice feature, but many struggled to see the value in the game as a standalone. Um, I'm going to say no opinion on this one because I've never played it.
I've never even heard of it, so I don't have an opinion on it either.
Okay.
Um,
Um.
doesn't sound very good, but what do I know?
Okay. So, classic NES series Pac-Man. Um.
I mean,
They
that's not a
gave
Nintendo game.
right. They gave it a 53. The Game Boy Advance port of the Nintendo NES version of Pac-Man fell foul on critics. The biggest issue they have, however, is not the game itself, but the price tag and the point of it. In fact, the game was so uneventful there are no user ratings at all. This is because there are also another Pac-Man port doing the rounds at the time, published by Neko. It was called the Pac-Man Collection. It contained ports of 4 different Pac-Man games, making it much better value than Nintendo's offering.
Hmm.
No opinion on that one neither.
I've played the Atari version of Pac-Man, and I can't imagine this is much better. So
I did too. I love the Atari version though. But like Corey, actually Pac-Man on the NES was my first third-party game that I owned when I got my NES.
huh. Interesting.
So yeah, and I played it like crazy on Christmas when I got it. Okay. So the next one is Donkey Kong Barrel Blast.
I feel like this didn't come out in the West. I feel like this was one of those ones that was never ported over.
Yeah, the quirky racing game was originally developed for the GameCube and was supposed to use the bongo controllers. It was later reworked to be a Wii release using the Wii remote and nunchuck controller. There are literally no critics who had anything good to say about it. The reviews are mixed at best, although the user score is higher, with some players really praising the game. The control system seems to be the biggest disappointment, with many feeling that the controls are terrible and the racing action slow and clunky. I don't remember this game coming to the States.
I don't think it did. I think I feel like man, unless it was like a WiiWare title, but I feel like we would have known about that. I feel like we would have known about,
Yeah.
especially because like obviously Donkey Kong Country Returns came to Wii.
Hmm.
Like I feel like we would have known about this.
Yeah, I don't remember this game at all.
I don't either.
So no opinion on this one neither.
I do not have an opinion on this.
WarioWare Snapped. Metascore 53. I'm sorry. WarioWare Snapped is a mini game compilation which was released for the launch of the DSi. It makes heavy use of the handheld console's camera, and critics were not impressed. It achieved a very average Metascore, and user reviews are in line with this. The main issue seems to be that many felt the game was very short and felt more like a tech demo for the DSi's new features than a worthwhile addition to the WarioWare franchise. Users were even more scathing than critics in places with a unanimous thumbs down and several complaints about the title not even working correctly.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I didn't own a DSi, so
Yeah,
I really can't.
I have one, but I'm not. I didn't buy. I don't. I'm not a big WarioWare person.
Yeah.
So like that never like even crossed my mind. I guess you know.
My Pokemon Ranch, a game that I never heard of.
Oh, this is on the Wii, right?
Actually,
Or was it
it
on
was
the
It was released on the WiiWare platform and allows you to transfer Pokemon from up to 8 separate DS games into the ranch. Players can use their Mii characters to interact with the Pokemon. Not surprisingly, the main criticism is that it is not a game, rather than a glorified screensaver, Mii Channel, or Pokédex. The score is higher than I expected considering some of the comments. It seems some people really want to see their retro selves relax with Pokemon after all.
This
Uh,
this was because wait, which console did you say this was on?
We, because it
Wii.
was a
Yeah,
we were
this was one of those games that people kept comparing to the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure. I remember.
mhm.
I feel like that was like the big conversation around this game.
um
But
I would just have to agree, even though I never played it. I don't
I,
even remember this being on the WiiWare.
yeah, it that's what I remember about it is it being compared to the Sonic Adventure thing. So I don't really have an opinion either way. That's just what I remember.
Okay.
So
Mario Party events Metascore 54. Um
yeah, not great to put Mario Party on that thing.
hmm. uh yeah, like yeah.
I wanted to like it, man. I really wanted to like it because I actually was still like kind of into Mario Party at that time, like especially the N64 ones, and like going to college and stuff. Like what do you call it? The GameCube ones were pretty popular, at parties and stuff. Honestly, like, but man, Game Boy Advance one was not very good. So
Yeah, I didn't play it, but I would never play a Mario Party. Oh my goodness, Deadly Towers is a terrible game. Uh
that was the NES box art that looked really cool and kind of fooled everybody into buying it, right?
for Deadly Towers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the game that I consider as the first like Souls game because of how difficult it was. Uh so well, Tenchu Dark Secrets, that's a DS game, even though that's not Nintendo. Flip Wars. I thought that was a cool game. I won't say it was one of their worst games or anything. It was, I think it was a party game, so no opinion on that. Uh, anything for you, Corey?
Nope.
Okay. Pokemon Dash.
What?
Uh,
What are these games?
Pokemon Dash is a racing game for the DS. In it, Pikachu is the racer and you control his movements using the stylus. There are checkpoints to pass and a range of courses and terrains to race through. Reviews were mixed at best, with this uniquely controlled racer gaining mostly negative comments. The main gripe appears to be the control method. Racing Pikachu involves constantly rubbing the DS screen with the stylus, which seems to irritate most people. Overall, the disappointment with this title is high. Best left to younger players or those who don't mind the unconventional controls. So many, dude. There's so many Pokemon games.
Yeah, I know. And this was at a point where like my knowledge of Pokemon is like super low because I stopped caring. Honestly, I just, like I wanted to. I don't know. After Gold and Silver, I just got really, the last game I owned was I think Fire Red, honestly, and just because but it was also a remake, so.
Okay. Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse.
Oh, come on! Game's awesome.
Metascore of 50. This Disney action game came out in 2002 for the GameCube. The title features an array of mini games to overcome in order to restore Mickey's magical mirror. Although the game gained some positive reviews from users, the majority of critics gave it a thumbs down. That was said to be due to the tedious nature of the game. Many reviewers called the game simple or boring. However, the simplicity was a plus for others. Users in particular felt it was gently suited to younger children. This shows in the mismatch between critic and user scores. Definitely one for a younger audience. So I'm gonna say I disagree with this. I don't think it's the worst.
So I was thinking of the Magical Quest for Super Nintendo when you said this at first. So I still don't disagree. I still don't agree with the Metacritic score, though. I think it was probably a little bit better than that, but it's also a game for children. So I feel like games for children often get
a bad rap.
Well, yeah, but also like compared to games that are honestly made for people who play games, and like a lot of games, like and I don't know, they're supposed to be simple, they're supposed to be easy, they're supposed to be essentially teaching children how to play games. Like I know there's like a Paw Patrol game that gets a bad rap all the time on a couple podcasts I listen to, but it's like, this is a kid's game, and I actually think it's a very good game to teach children how to move around in a 3D space, and simple jumping mechanics and simple kind of puzzle mechanics, like to teach them how to do certain things in games that if they continue playing games later, they're going to need to learn how to do certain things like that. So I don't know, it's just one of those things, I guess. But again, it's better than that, but I wouldn't go much higher than like a 6.5 ish. So, but what do I know? I don't know anything.
Well, we have Aquaspace. Metascore to 45. Aquaspace is a WeWork game which turns your TV into an aquarium. Not only can you watch the fish swim by, but you can also join them in the tank with your me. You can even find out different facts about fish and choose from a variety of backgrounds and wallpaper. The main criticism is that it just doesn't stack up well against other aquarium simulator type games. While it boasts one lone fan on the user side who rated it 10 out of 10, the critic reviews were either mixed or negative. Oh, this has to be one of their worst. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know how to. I don't know if I
like.
I don't even know what this game is.
It looks. I don't even know if you could call it a game.
I mean, it feels like the precursor to like Endless Ocean, essentially, but you're just watching.
Right.
I think this is like Seaman without the microphone.
That's it. Let's see. Well, Pokemon Rumble U. This 2013 action game for the Wii U does exactly what it says in the title. It is essentially a gigantic Pokemon fight. Players battle Pokemon in a range of different arenas in order to gain coins and new Pokemon. Most reviews from both critics and users are mixed. Critics describe the game as simplistic and also a cash grab. This is thanks to the addition of NFC support, meaning you can buy several Pokemon figures to use in the game, similar to Disney Infinity and Skylander games. Users are slightly less scathing, but that doesn't save this game from getting a distinctly average score. I mean,
whoa, that's cool. Sorry, side tangent. There's a company releasing Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate Complete Works art book, 140 pages.
Ooh, nice.
That's cool. Sorry.
Just from the first game?
It just says the complete works, so I don't know.
Oh, so it might be all 4 games.
Could be. Might not be.
Um,
Who knows?
yeah,
Who can say?
Pokemon Rebel U. Uh, no opinion because I've never played it. Uh,
I I didn't play it either.
okay. Well, 3D Classics Urban Champion.
Oh jeez.
Metascore 37. Urban Champion is a 1984 two-player fighting game originally released on the Nintendo Entertainment System. This version is a 3D revamp of the 3DS. Its dismissal Metascore makes it the joint worst-scoring game on Nintendo's list. The main issue critics have is that no one can understand how Urban Champion was defined as a classic in the first place. It is described like so many of the low-scoring games as simple, repetitive, and just plain terrible. This is definitely one of the best reserved only for hardcore fans of the original. The original was terrible too, so I agree. This game is horrible.
Best game ever. 10 out of 10.
And
No,
then you fight and the cops come and you gotta go to the side and then go back to fighting. Oh shoot.
no
No.
notes. Best game ever.
Okay. Uh, uh Chibi Robo Photo Finder. No opinion about that because I've never played it. Um
Yeah.
you Corey?
No, it was weird. Um I don't know. I just remember really liking the first Chibi Robo, and so that's why I played this. I don't remember
Mm.
how or why I played this, but I just remember I really liked Chibi Robo and was hoping for a similar, but did not.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. And this got a 54 Metascore.
Hmm.
This game is a perfect example of critic hate and fan love. I never played it, so can't say. Uh, Paper Airplane Chase. Uh, Paper Airplane Chase is a DSiWare game and a remake of the paper plane game from WarioWare Incorporated Mega Micro Games. It expands on the original by offering 3 different modes to play as you navigate your plane through the obstacle course. Reviews for this are mixed, with many praising the simple gameplay while others pan it for the same reason. For every critic calling it careless, there is another calling it's awesome or addictive. This game is definitely a love it or hate it title with a Metascore of 51. The bad thing about the scoring is that they only show a DS on in an article. They don't even show the game.
Hey man, got to do what you got to do.
One Piece Unlimited Cruise SP. I don't know what that is, so I'm skipping it.
I think it's based on that long-running anime, Ed, called One
Yeah,
Piece, about pirates.
it
And
is.
such.
It is, but I don't know what the game is. So, Devil's Third, Corey.
Oh my gosh, that game was big. Worth a lot of money if you have it in your collection, though. I can tell you that much.
True. Metascore 43. Devil's Third is an action adventure shooter. It was met with positive reviews in Japan, but was quickly panned internationally. Critics refer to it as uninteresting, unpolished, and not out of place. User reviews are more favorable, with far more positive reviews. However, the negative and mixed ones drag the score down, leaving it languishing just above average. The game featured an online mode, but Nintendo shut down the Wii U servers for it on December 29, 2016, less than 18 months after the game releases. I remember this game supposed to be an exclusive for Xbox.
Yeah, and then they dropped it.
Because the creator of the Ninja Gaiden games, it was from his company, and this was the only game that they released. And we didn't know that Nintendo picked up the rights for it to publish it. And it just came out being a terrible game. So I'm gonna have to agree.
Yeah, it was I have to say it was not very good. I wish I could say something different, but I cannot. So yeah. Not very good.
Fling Smash. Fling Smash is an
What?
action video game for the Wii. Fling Smash.
That's not real. That's not a real game.
Yeah. Fling Smash is an action video game for the Wii. It consists of 8 worlds containing 3 levels and a series of mini games. It makes use of the console's Wii Motion Plus feature and was bundled with the controller. Critical reviews were mostly mixed, with many slating the inaccuracy and flawed nature of the controls. Ironic for a game designed to promote the new controllers. User reviews fare slightly better, but overall it comes up short of what made users expected. It had a Metacritic score of 48. And that's pretty much it. Because it's just the bunch of the best games. With The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker HD. No, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker taking number 1. Meta score of 46. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are some of the worst games. A lot of Pokemon. But what was weird about this article, Corey, is that it had mixed reviews. Like, I don't know what do you do in a situation when a game gets mixed reviews? Like, can you call it bad or just average?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the way games are reviewed now is so different from when a lot of these games were reviewed, even then. And so, like, I'm still of the mind that you have to just like play the games and like have an opinion about yourself. And I know like $70 is a lot of money to ask someone to pay just to try a game out, right? And I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying, like, if you're interested, maybe wait for a sale or borrow it from someone if they have it physically, or, play it on Game Pass or something and try it yourself. Because there are things that somebody may like. How many roguelikes have like a 9.5, 8.5 rating, but like that's never going to get me to play one because I don't like that style of game, right? Or like some things that might anger people, like things in Destiny, for example, very recently. There are things that people are annoyed by and hate that I'm just like, oh, this doesn't bother me at all. So like, it's not going to hinder the score for me like it would for you, right? So that would be, I feel like there are so many things out there that you, even like content creators that you identify with now, right? Like you could just kind of listen to their general perception of games and be like, okay, well, I agree with this creator on this, and this. I disagree with him on this and this. So I'll pay attention to these things and kind of judge it that way too, again, Metacritic and like the IGN scores of things and Game Informer numbers, like those are all great, judgment tools for, the average person, right? But I feel like there are just better and more intuitive ways these days to judge a game for yourself. So, but again, a lot of these games are bad. You can't just deny a bad game. That's all I'm saying. Game is bad if a game is bad. Can't help it. Devil's third, right? I can't imagine anybody giving that a good score.
It sometimes I think, there's a particular title everybody knows that I always think that's bad, so I won't say it.
Grand Theft Auto.
I didn't say it. There's games that could be considered as the worst or the terrible, but there are some games that sometimes does get panned, but like in the story they said like some of the fans love it. And I think I agree with you, Corey. Like if you give a game a try and give it a fair shake, then you can voice your opinion. I do my best, even if it's not a great game that looks up to snuff. I try to complete it because I'm like, over time, something about that game may change my opinion.
Right. I mean, there are definitely certain genres too that like you may not. Let me back up. There are certain games where you go to play them, and maybe you're just not in the right mood or the right headspace to play them, and then you go back 3, 4, 5 months later and play it, or even years later, right? I mean, look at Fire Emblem Engage. I didn't like that game when it came out at all, and now it's one of my favorite games on the Switch ever. And that's because I waited till I was in a headspace where like I could use something like this right now, you know. Um, I think there's plenty of game. I mean, I know the Souls genre is one of those genres too, where like, it doesn't click with people until it does, right? And then they can't stop thinking about it. I still think about Souls games a lot too. I don't like. Every once in a while I have the itch to play like Dark Souls or Elden Ring or something, and like it's just one of those games that I'll play for like 3 or 4 hours and be like, oh yeah, this is why I don't play these games, and then I'll stop. Right? It's not because they're hard. It's just really, I don't want to say repetitive, but I don't know. I feel like I don't progress as much as I would like to in the amount of time that I spend on it. Uh, so I like to make sure that I'm ready for things. So I grind it out, and I think that's probably the wrong way to play those games, which is fine. But like, I just would rather be spending my time doing something else, progressing or something, so.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's just some games, and it seems the list that the Pokemon spin-off games are not good up to snuff, but they're the ones that got like mixed reviews and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think with Nintendo games, Nintendo does its very best to when they bring out their games to meet a high quality. Definitely making them fun and everything, but making sure that your purchase of this game is worth it. You're paying for the value, you're paying for the quality of this game.
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendo's good about trying to do their best to make it. Now it's up to that player to voice their, to say if it's good or bad or it doesn't meet their expectations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
So just everybody out there, just get make your own decisions.
yes,
Try out the games, and think you'll be all right.
yes. I will say though, say this before we head out, Corey. I kind of wonder which Nintendo system you think has like the best library of games.
I mean, I think the obvious answer is the Switch at the moment. But I mean, I would have said either the GameCube or the Wii U. Honestly, um, I mean, I think the Wii U's library. Um, I feel like a lot of people obviously feel like that is like a lot of those games are Switch games now, right? But like,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Breath of the Wild is a Wii U game, everybody. Surprise, you like a Wii U game. It's so funny. Have you ever seen that meme floating around that says Wii U sucks, and then it shows all the Wii U versions of the games, and it says Switch is amazing. Look at all these awesome games, and it's all the Wii U games that were ported over.
Yes, I did.
It's such a good meme. I love that so much.
You just be like, y'all just don't know how good it was when the original games came out.
I mean, I understand the complaints a little bit, right? Like, I do think the tablet controller could have been nicer.
Mhm.
The maybe the Nintendo network ID should have been, your Nintendo ID, right? Moving forward. I mean, but I still think like, man, what was it called? The community thing that they had, where you could go into
Um,
the different communities and leave notes for people if they needed help or whatever. Their kind of weird social media thing, and people started drawing weird pictures for Splatoon, and so they kind of shut it down.
oh, was that the
Um,
app one on the iPhone and stuff?
no, no, it was in the game. It was like not Street Pass, the other one. I forget what it's called. Anyways, they had that cool community thing. They had, it was cool to play like New Super Mario Brothers U on the tablet while I was watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a cool feature. We hadn't ever done anything like that before up at that point, and
Yes.
um, I played a lot of Assassin's Creed Black Flag that way as well, like on the tablet.
Man, watching Hulu definitely on the tablet at night.
Um,
Headphones in.
yeah, it was a good system, and I still think, like, in my opinion, it has a great Pikmin game on it. It has the best 3D Mario game, in my opinion, on it in Mario 3D World. It has, in my opinion, the three best Zelda games ever made on the console, with Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Breath of the Wild. Um, I think New Super Mario Brothers U is an underrated, underappreciated 2D Mario game. Um, I think people were just tired of the new Super Mario Brothers aesthetic and the, you know, um, I think, I played a lot of Assassin's Creed on that console. I played 3 and 4 on there. I played Arkham City and Origins on that console. I played Injustice on that console. Um, I think Mass Effect 3 on that console is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions was awesome. I actually think the Switch version is missing something by not having the second screen.
Yeah.
Because it acted as your phone and as your kind of guide to the world and everything. I really think the Switch version is missing something from that. Uh, Xenoblade Xenoblade Chronicles X was awesome on that. Yoshi's Woolly World was really different at the time. We got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which is, I think, the best 2D Donkey Kong game. So yeah, there's a lot on that console to love, in my opinion. Mario
Yeah.
Kart 8, Mario Kart 8. I mean, it's the best Mario Kart, in my opinion. Still, even after World is out, I still think Mario Kart 8 is better.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else came to the console that I could.
I think for me, I think their best library is the Super Nintendo. I think
That's the one I have the least experience with too, though. So that's why I didn't say that.
Yeah, and not that I agree with you. Like Wii U, GameCube, Switch, a little bit of the Wii, has some really great first party games from Nintendo. But I think with definitely N64 with Super Mario 64 and Zelda and stuff. But I think there were so much stuff birthed from the 16-bit era. You know, like Super Metroid will always be like a number one on that system. Um but then you got like a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, you got Super Mario World, you got Yoshi's Island with that. You know, what else? There was this Earthbound for some people. I know that's not one of yours. Ideas of a great game, Corey, or anything, but
I'm
Earthbound
just
was
like to give people a hard time when they say Earthbound. I'll be honest, I really have zero opinion of Earthbound, like, at all. I don't think it looks very fun. I've tried to play it a couple times. I just could not get into it. I will play it someday. Maybe it'll be a stream someday when I get this capture card garbage figured out.
Mario Kart, starting the whole series. And I'm just giving it like straight first party Nintendo. Super Punch Out was a good one. Even though everybody feel like the Wii is like probably the best one, compared to Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and stuff. Let's see what other ones. Then you had, outside of that, you had the Super Game Boy, which allowed you to play their first party games from the Game Boy stuff in color. That was a good one. Not so much. Uniracers was fine. Pilot Wings was fine. On that console and stuff. But and then, of course, Super Nintendo has some great third party stuff. But like, yeah, Link to the Past, such a great game. Still to this very day, people like to go back and play it. So I'm like, me and Corey got to play through of the whole game on here on Boss Rush of Link to the Past, and Super Metroid. So,
it's technically not on Boss Rush, but that's fine.
Well, yeah,
it was old NGR stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. And also, there's like no commentary in half of them, so don't bother. Or maybe you prefer it that way.
I thought we talked through the game.
We did, but the way it was captured, it didn't come through. Those early days. Of trying to figure everything out.
Because I know there was one episode that I could hear you, but you can't hear me. Like we're hearing each other talking, but then you just watch the video, it's only you talking.
That's fine. It's probably better for everyone.
Hey, but this is when we played it to switch everybody, for both games. So
yeah, man.
And I had, dude, there was one part that I had to literally redo the whole game on Zelda 2, and I'm just like, well, I'll be playing this, trying to get everything back, and got to the part where I need to get back quickly. I think my whole day off, I spent my time getting that stuff back, and actually did.
How do you feel? You feel good? Feel good about that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I do. Because it's Nintendo. It's old games. You know how retro I am.
Do I?
You know how I get down.
I don't.
Where?
I don't think I do.
Here.
I don't know if I want to.
Oh.
It's weird.
Ken Griffey Jr. was also on Super Nintendo.
Yep. Sure was.
So.
That game was cool.
Did they do NCAA basketball too? Nintendo did? I think so.
They did NBA Courtside, which was the NBA game with Kobe Bryant. But I don't know. They did, let's see, they did the N64, and I think they did 2 on GameCube, but NBA Live had taken over at that point, and like nobody bought the GameCube one, so. So that's that, I think. So.
Well, everybody, that's going to be it for this episode of Expansion Pass. Let us know.
We're going to keep going.
What are some of the worst games from Nintendo themselves that you think? You can let us. It could be NES, Game Boy. It could be even from Switch or even Switch 2. Let us
Zelda
know.
2.
Oh goodness, that game is the worst of that series. Oh, so bad.
It's very bad. I have tried to play it so many times, and I'm just like, I don't even know if this is a real game. I think someone is spoofing me.
I have tried many a times. Is it bad than Majora's Mask? Yes. I would say I have to say Zelda 2 is probably
Dude,
the
Majora's Mask is
lowest.
awesome.
Majora's Mask is
You're the
is
worst.
fine.
Get me out of here. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this nonsense you're spewing over here.
Do you know how I feel about Majora's Mask?
I know that you're wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm always
What's
right.
everybody? Everybody, this is one of the disagreements that we have on that game.
I mean, you're just subjectively wrong.
What you talking about? That game is
You're terrible. Go away.
that game
You're
is
fired.
questionable. That
You're
game is
fired.
questionable content.
Fired.
So still, The Legend of Zelda 2 is
Fired.
the worst out of the Zelda series.
It's definitely a terrible Mario game, judging by the platforming.
Very true. So,
Also, I
But
like how
everybody-
the woman in the red dress seduces you into her house to heal you, quote unquote. Just saying, not very appropriate for children.
That is true. You know what? I never thought about that. And no parents caught on about that.
Nope. Of course not. Games are for children, remember?
Yes. Until I don't know.
I'm thinking about
games.
the seductress sweeping you into their abode to heal you. I don't know. Get me out of here.
Well, with that, everybody. Yeah, let us know what are some of the worst Nintendo first party games. With that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Expansion Pass. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.